Discovery newspaper page. You have a very loud and noisy headline, auditory headline. You have a mosaic space made up of unconnected items from every part of the world at once. The total discontinuity, the total lack of storyline in telegraph news is as sophisticated as Picasso.
Know that some things will be out of your control. That's part of the process. But also know that one thing leads to another, quickly or slowly, but always. Know that a path is a path, even in a fog. I'm a big believer in process. I actually believe that filmmaking has a lot to do with words that start with P. Process, patience, perseverance, passion. They're all connected, really. It takes a lot of passion to be patient. All right, I won't go through all the different combinations, but, it's true. It's true. They're all related.
That was normal.
So tell me more.
Oscar Berlin's name was synonymous with trustworthiness.
I came from a very strict Sephardic background with a very strict father who wouldn't let me go away on weekends, wouldn't let me date unless he interviewed the people.
She married me to get out of her father's house.
Don't be afraid to have bad ideas. Every good idea is the great-grandchild of bad ones. Bad ideas point you in two directions, away from what doesn't work and towards what does. I've already said that. I can tell you this. I know from my own experience, and I also know from meeting with many, many different filmmakers all over the world. No one gets it right the first time. No such thing. Okay? It's really important to know that. No such thing. Nothing gets born just perfectly. Nothing gets made in one sitting because it just came out ready-made,
Take it easy, everything's all right, don't worry about it. Your father got into an accident, everything's all right, don't worry. What happened? They wouldn't tell me. Finally, I pumped it out.
He was walking across the street in the rain and was hit by the car, but yet I don't believe that was fatal. I believe he was thrown into the curb. I think his head hit the curb.
Listen to your film. It will tell you how it needs to be made. Quietly at the beginning, like a soft pulse, then loudly and more clearly towards the end, like a strong personality. Sounds crazy, but it's true. I'm a big believer in that. I'm a big believer, when you start a film, you put some things together, and then you start engaging a kind of dialogue with your film. A kind of feedback. It's really about feedback. You do something, it works, it tells you. You do something, it doesn't work, it tells you. You observe, you notice, you act, you realize, you discover. And then, like a bird building a nest. I think that most films that fail, and I think it's true, well, Hollywood films, Hollywood fiction films, very much in many ways, it's a different universe. But films that are, tens, hundreds of millions of dollars fail, right? How could that be? They have all the money they want, they have anything, right? The best actors, how could they? And I think it's because everyone went like this to the film, imposed their ideas, they didn't listen. They didn't receive what the film was, or what the film was, if you will, telling them. So filmmaking is listening to the film. It's not imposing. In a way, that should make it easier. You don't have to talk so much. Listen to the film.